Good question. Is the S&P 500 the 514 a share right now? Is it still safe to buy at this price? What is your, time horizon to retirement, right? I still have like so many more years to go. I'm always buying. I'm always buying. I am buying every single week. I buy my index funds every week. I buy some other investments every day. I don't sell. I'm just always buying because I had the same question from what is it, like 2017, when S&P 500 was like 200 something dollars, and people had the same question, like, are we at an all-time high? And you can see all the articles about in the news saying that, well, the S&P 500 is an all-time high. It is too expensive. It's just going to crash for the next 2 years. I'm like, cool. If it crashes, I'm going to buy more. And when it did in 2020, I bought more, a lot more. And when it crashed in 2022, now that was a different kind of crash. Okay, so 2022 S&P 500, it just kept going down and down every single month. There was a few gains, but then it was kind of depressing to see that, right? Because like every time I bought when the market went down, what's called a catching a falling knife, right? I'm just like just buying it. I buy it today, and then the price falls tomorrow. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll buy more, and it just keeps falling. And it's a really, really hard psychologically to, keep that out of your mind, because I'm like, man, I just bought S&P 500 for, you know, $300, and then now it's 280, now it's 270. And that's something that you really have to kind of like battle over and just say, all right, this is something that I kind of just have to get over. And I want to show you this, but before I do that though, just I want you to remember a few things. It does depend on when when you want to retire, what your time horizon is going to be. But, a lot of times that what people really forget about is the long-term time horizon. Okay. So when I'm looking at the S&P 500 right now, the market is open and it is up by, wow, S&P 500 is up a lot today, right? And year to date, it's already made over 18% in 2024. I've seen this before. I mean, we had some significant gains in 2019, 2020, and after the market, crashed pretty hard in 2020 during when COVID happened, and the market had to they had to suspend trading because of how far it has fallen. I started truly investing. It was right here, about 200. So it was about $200 a share. And I remember just seeing all the articles about, man, $200 a share is too much. And then when it got to 260, right? And then, oh, where's the dip? Right there, 2018. When 2018 happened, do you guys remember what happened at the end of 2018? The Federal Reserve raised interest rates. And Trump just threw a huge fit. Now, I'm not trying to be political here, but 2018, and Trump's like, what the heck are you guys doing in the Federal Reserve? Why did you raise interest rates, right? And the market crashed pretty good. And then look at that recovery in 2019. Crazy high recovery. And then when we got to $300 a share, people were still telling me that the market is too expensive. Now, what happened in 2020? March 2020. And I was on my way home from Orlando with my friends. And I remember watching the news and I'm like, whoa, what in the world is COVID? What? That looks pretty serious. And I was traveling home like around, it was the first week of March 2020, right before the country shut down. I could have been stuck in Orlando. But anyway, the market shut down as soon as all the businesses started shutting down. It went from, look at this, 300 to 200. Okay. So from 200, and it just started to recover really quick. I mean, it continued to crash March and April. And then in May, that's when it started to go back up again. So it just keeps going, and then all the way to 2021. And that's end of 2021, around November, it went up to 429. And here's when the pain happened. Okay. Seeing this? It dropped from 400 down to 330. It went back up and it went back down again. And I was down to 3 something. What did I do? I continued to buy, and buy. But what did I do when it went down harder? I bought more shares. When it went back up, I just continuously buy at a steady pace. And when I see any, like when it was down by 2%, 3% in one day, I bought more. And now it's what? 500? Is it going to go to $600 a share in about 10 years? I would say probably less than that. Now, I'm not going to dispute the fact that the market is a little expensive. AI is obviously kind of carrying the S&P 500 a lot, like what's going on with NVIDIA. Apple, Microsoft, and everybody else. By the way, I am so fired up to announce the launch of my private FIRE community for people just like you and me who are passionate about investing, saving, and achieving financial independence and exploring different possibilities to retire early. My private community will allow you to connect with me on the platform and get in touch with other like-minded individuals or couples who are just as serious as you are with the FIRE movement. As a member of my private community, you'll get resources like investing, saving, paying off debt, or finding the right place to grow your money. For a very limited time, please enjoy the free trial by clicking the link in the description below. When it comes to retirement investing, I'm always buying. There's like, I have to stop because the share price is too high. I think it's a really good question. I'm not trying to shame your question, Atlas. And I think it's just that there's no safe, you never know what the market's going to do. But my plan is to always buy no matter what happens, because my time horizon is so far out. Do I think the S&P 500 is going to go from where it is now at 5,600 to 10,000 in like the next 5 years? Yeah. In about 10 years, 20 years, is it going to double, triple, or quadruple? I think so. Yeah. I mean, if you ask any billionaires and millionaires and what they say about the S&P 500, that's why I really enjoy, watching Warren Buffett. And he said that, he loves VOO. He's been buying that forever, right? And it's just something that he just never stopped buying because he does believe in the US economy more than any other countries. I do too, so always buy. Great question. But just remember, I'm not telling you to buy, right? Just that's the big difference. I'm always buy is my principle.